Yeah. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning today. How y'all feeling this morning? Yeah, I'm talking to the people that's doing this. I thought people was doing the show with me.
I feel blessed.
All right, okay. Now I feel blessed too. Now I want to start the show off today because I forgot to do it yesterday. Talking about this beautiful dispensary in Haiti, Missouri. I never thought in America that it would become a day that I can wake up and go buy weed out the store legally and smoke it. Don't have to worry about the police. I didn't never think this would ever happen when I went to jail as a teenager for trying to sell weed. And now they are selling this shit legal.
Well, I mean, me personally, I always thought it would come time. Didn't think it would come this soon. But it's so many other drugs out there nowadays that they worried about. Niggas ain't breaking in people's houses because they want a blunt.
They been know that.
I feel it, but I mean, it's so many other things you got to worry about. They should have been legalized this shit for real.
Yeah, but they wanted a piece of the pie. But I feel bad because so many niggas went to jail and got their life messed up. We not just the niggas that hustle, the people that just go to work every day that just smoke weed to relieve stress in life. Got pulled over by the police on a traffic stop, got fired from their job, lost their place. Now they can't even get another real job because now you got a record. All over some motherfucking weed. And these motherfuckers selling this shit in the store now. Ain't this a bitch?
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to escape the system, with my record clean. It's been so many years. I got in trouble when I was 18, 19. After that, I tightened my game up so tight. They couldn't touch me. Then I went all legal. So that topped it off. When I seen that niggas was telling and drug selling, that's a slogan I say now. Niggas is telling and drug selling. That's the new thing now.
I believe it.
These niggas are riding around with machine guns on their seat and a pound of weed, fooling girls in the neighborhood like they so tough and gangster. They really not, baby. They have a deal with the police.
They bigger bitches than the females.
Yeah. Their deal is to go out here and look like that you don't care about the law, buck the system, get all the information you can, and report it back to us. So that's the new way. All these little young wild niggas that you see riding in the Benz, if you see a young wild nigga with a big old gun on his seat, every time you see him with a pound of weed too, that nigga is the police. Do not be fooled.
I believe it, and it's just, why? I mean, what's the benefit of being a fucking snitch for real?
The benefit is these niggas don't want to do no time.
Fuck that.
That's the benefit.
I'm a female. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to do
ain't no benefit for a real nigga.
I don't want, I'm saying, I'm being honest. I don't want to do no jail time. I did my little county time over the years. That was enough for me. I ain't never been to the penitentiary, no hard shit like that. But my thing is, if I'm gonna get out here and do the dirt, you know what consequences is. So don't do the crime if you can't do the time. I mean, that's just common sense.
Yeah, but 90% of people that do crime can't do the time. They take their ass out there and do everything super wild, knowing they can't do a day. You know you ain't built to do no jail. Now, I don't ever want to go to jail, but I've always been the type of man, if I had to go, I'm going to make it. I'm not going in there tucking my tail. Right. I can't do it. I can't be no bitch for you, nigga. I'm not finna do it up here. Right. I don't care how tough you is, how many nigga, y'all got to whoop me every day. If y'all outnumber me. But if it's one-on-one, you got a problem.
My ex-husband went to jail, and in Memphis, over basically filing a false police report. I didn't even really know they even took people to jail for that. I didn't even know they took people to jail for that. But yeah. I'm laughing because he calls me, and he's in there boo-hoo crying. And I'm like, nigga, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, you are in fucking jail. Man the fuck up. You ain't, when you on the street, you talking about you all hard this, but now you sit behind bars and you crying like a bitch.
See? You see what I'm saying? Now, imagine how many other niggas that's doing that.
And I'm sitting here like, now see, I don't know what it's like county with the men, I don't think I know is what I see on TV.
Yeah, well, I'm here to tell you as a man, I've been to several cities and states, and it don't matter where a nigga from, you just got a different accent and they talk different. Niggas is telling and drug selling every city in America. Then this is the thing. Now in California, they hooking you up. Let me give y'all some knowledge because you're in my college today. If you caught a weed charge in California before, they will let you open up a dispensary for $1,000. That's right. This is a fact. If you caught a weed charge in California, you are legally able to open up a dispensary because of that. By them passing that law.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like they feel bad because so many people out now. They should be doing this in every state, but this is just in California so far. Okay. Now maybe later on, it would. Yeah. But they not making it national news because they don't want all these niggas that went to jail in California to open up a dispensary. Yeah.
It'd be too many of them. It'd be too many.
Ain't no such thing as too many. That's like saying it's too many restaurants.
It is.
But that's how they really look at it, though.
We're not going to talk about that because, you know what I feel about that. That's Michelle's fault with this food and this industry. But I'm going to leave that alone.
Oh, yeah, you stay hating on Michelle. Now, Britney Spears. That's what I'm going to talk about. They said take the dolls away from her. Fans urge her after a night video. Britney Spears not only poses a serious danger to herself by dancing around with sharp knives, but onlookers believe her tainted dogs are also at risk. Now they got a video showing her dancing and twirling knives and shit. And I'm looking at this video. It looks like the old Britney from 10 years ago when she was getting high as hell and every week they had on the news.
Right.
It looked like she's back. Britney's back. Did she have a song, Britney, I'm back, bitch, or something like that?
I don't know.
The old Britney looked like she back. And she bought some puppies. So the internet is saying, get them away from them. They feel like she going to cut the dog up. Now, they ain't talking about her.
Right.
The dogs.
But you know.
Animal lovers. I love animals too, but they should be talking about both of them, the dogs and her. First, her.
Why is she wilding out again? So evidently, it's something going on with her for her to be wilding out again.
If you in front of a mirror filming yourself with two sharp ass knives, it's called mental health.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But again, maybe she was they eavesdropping? Were they seeing her, or she posted this video?
They posted this. Now, Britney fans and critics sounded off and said the dogs ran and scared. Said they look in the video. It looks like that they saying the dogs is running from her when they see the knife, like they think she gonna, like the dogs know what a knife is.
They probably do.
Now, if you approach a dog and you a stranger and you have a gun, I've had this experience with two different dogs. The black child used to walk past the house every day. I was 16. And every time I walked past, it would jump on the gate, and that like he wanted to get over the gate, So when I got my first gun, I got a little 2-shooter Dillinger, that you have in the move. So I put it in my pocket. That day I was like, yeah, I said, I want him to jump the gate. I hope he can get over that gate. So I walked past her this day. He had got out. He had got out. I didn't even see him. I'm looking. I'm like, man, where he at? All of a sudden, I see him charging from down the street. Man, I don't know where he came, but every day I used to walk by, he used to act a fool the whole time I'm walking by like he wanted to get out and tear me up. No, I turned around and I put my hand in my pocket. I ain't even hadn't pulled that gun out. That dog stopped.
He said something right.
That's what I'm saying. That dog stopped and looked at me and said, oh, this nigga finna kill me. I thought I was finna kill him. They smart. Right. Your body language.
Yeah.
See, dogs can judge body language, sense, and they can tell if something ain't right.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of most dogs. But I refuse to show my fear because I was always taught. Well, we've always had dogs on top of that. But I was always taught that if you show your fear or they sense your fear, this is going to make them more aggressive.
Yeah, I get you.
And the town that I'm in, we have a lot of stray dogs everywhere. On that one street, they'll line up across the whole street.
They're aggressive too, ain't they?
No, not really.
Okay.
You got to put the mic up to your phone if you're on the show, so we can't hear nothing you said, man.
They're aggressive.
Not really. It's like, if they see you coming, they start barking, but they just as scared as you are of them, really.
Okay.
But it's one or two of them that are actually kind of come.
Are they running? They running in packs.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's one of them is the pack leader that if he set it out, they'll come behind him.
Well, honey, that one day I turned around, like they ran up on me, and I turned around. I said, "You don't want these problems?" I said, "Y'all might get me, I said, but I swear I'm gonna fuck one or two of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit.
So they ran up like they finna try.
Like they finna attack me or something. And I'm talking shit, and people are coming out like, this girl crazy. No.
I done seen a pack of stray dogs attack a pit bull and kill it. About 8 of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Osceola that got attacked by 6 dogs.
Yeah, so people always think it's pit bulls, work dog. If you get vicious dogs, period, you're in trouble. Especially a pack. That's the worst thing to encounter, a pack of dogs. Because it's going to be by 4, 5,
They remind me years ago, a raccoon and a pit bull, they killed each other.
They killed each other?
Yeah, both of them died.
How they do that?
Man, I don't know where the raccoon had did some serious damage to the pit, but the pit had got some damage to the raccoon too. It's like they both were locked in on each other. You know, just like that pit locked down.
I think what the way it happened was the pit locked down on the raccoon, and the raccoon was scratching it with them claws. Yes, just clawing through his flesh.
His hair, man, that's huge ass raccoon too. But they both died. The pit bull and the raccoon. It was in freight.
And then the raccoon had rabies too.
Yeah.
So if the dog ain't got the shots, you know what I'm saying? It's over with.
I said, that's cold blooded. I thought maybe they would kill one another, but they killed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about ex-girlfriends that when they leave you or you leave them, they try to come around your new girlfriend and tell your girlfriend that you a cheater? Don't be with this nigga.
I don't believe in that.
Have you ever done that? Be honest. Have you ever done that in your life because you was with somebody you really wanted to be with somebody? He wouldn't get with somebody else.
No.
And
even with my ex-husband and his new girl, she knows our history or whatever, but I would never go to her and be like, girl, watch your back, because when he get drunk, he's abusive. I would never do that. Because my thing is... Hold
on, is he abusive?
He can.
You're a low-down, dirty motherfucker.
He can.
Why would you help her not get abused? Now, see, I just want to say this for you, saying this is the stuff women supposed to stick up for each other about. Y'all talk about men, but this is your fellow sister. You seek it.
You want us to stick up for each other, or as much as I might want to stick up for her and help her out. The first thing, this bitch is saying it because she want him back. You
don't worry about that. You do your job as a fellow sister and let your sister know that she's in danger of getting abused. And then once you do that, you don't say it. No, you just say it one time. See, you did too much when you tried to do it.
My thing was they was already together.
You tried to tell some guy some advice. They didn't listen. You kept trying to tell them. You don't do it that many times. Just one time and go on with your life.
I'm at the point
but women don't stick together. I'm really seeing this stuff.
I'm at the point where now, if your man is cheating or you cheating, it ain't none of my business. Now, if I know, I can't say that. I don't know.
You're making an excuse for not telling another woman.
That's what you call drama.
Yeah, you know.
And I'm trying to be drama free.
I mean, why?
But he might have not started beating her yet.
I don't know if he did or didn't. Hell, I don't know if he's still beating her. I don't know if he's beating her.
But what you would have felt bad if all of a sudden she came up dead or something? Would you would have felt bad then?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's just your conscience letting you know you're supposed to stick with your fellow sister.
But again, just the same way I made my mistake, I feel like she had to make hers.
So you saying that because I got my ass whooped, girl, you need to get your ass whooped too. That's what you just said.
But I don't mean it like that. It's just, I was the fool where when he put his hands on me the first time, I should have walked out the door.
Right.
Everything in me said walk out the door. But I loved him.
Yeah. What did you love about him? Right now, if you could think of something right now, 5 seconds, what did you love about him? Provide. The money.
Stability.
God damn.
I mean.
The money.
It
money.
wasn't just the money, it was the stability.
You hear that? You need money out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just heard that.
You can't get these girls.
I thought I heard it correctly over that money.
I try to tell you that. See, I try to tell you,
that's
if you really want to be a player, let me give you some game, old dad. If you really want to be a player at your age, you got to get this money and keep the money. Hold the mic up when they hear you when you get to talk. You got to get this money and keep this money. When you get a certain age, if you ain't got no money, you ain't got the same leverage no more. She know I'm telling the truth. That's why she quiet.
But you know what?
You ain't got the same leverage. You can have the same leverage. I'm giving you the game, but you got to have the money.
Well, I ain't trying to be no player, sir. You know what I'm talking about? Them days over with.
Oh, that's the first time I heard that. This is history making, America. My daddy said he is not trying to be a player. Them days is over with. What you trying to be now?
Right now, I mean, hey, just enjoy life.
You about ready to get married?
Take it one day at a time.
You should be.
What that is, a new dance? How you do that dance, sir? Tell me how you do that dance.
You ain't got to give a number. You ain't
I'm
50s, right?
sir.
Okay. A man in their 50s, he should be saying he's trying to find the woman of his life. About that time. So what are you looking for right now?
Well, you know what? I've been in so many relationships and it just didn't work out, sir.
What they got to do
So I look
now?
at now, I'm like, okay, well, I ain't getting no younger, I ain't getting no older. So what do I do? Maybe it ain't meant to be.
That's how you feel?
I think like that sometimes.
I think that's an excuse to try to keep reliving your young years.
Right now.
That's a game.
I'm just trying to, focus on me.
But hold on. You said that you feel like by going this long amount of your life in your 50s, if it ain't happened by now, it ain't meant to be. But you just said earlier on another show we did, you never ever been faithful, nigga.
No.
If you never ever been faithful, nigga, how you think it's gonna work out? I got to bust people out when they say stuff. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worked out because you ain't wanted to work out. So I got this game when I'm talking. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm gonna tell the truth.
You're absolutely right, sir.
Me right now, I'm 46. I'll tell you my age. I'm 46. Just turned 46. And at first I was like, I want a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. And then I was like, I don't fucking want a relationship. I want to have fun. I feel like me personally, I've been in relationships after relationship after relationship, and a lot of times I jumped in a relationship to get over.
How old are you? You 40 something, and now you pick to get 46 to just want to have fun.
She said she's 46, but she feels 36.
So the game has changed now.
Get right.
Now it used
26.
20.
Okay, 26. Okay, America. It used to be when people were young, they would be wild and full of cum. Now they're old. And they're cold. You know what I'm saying? The older they get, the hotter they get. The game done changed. And now the older people are saying they don't want to settle down. They want to act a fool and party. This is amazing.
Since you mentioned that, you're absolutely right. The game has changed.
I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for me. Honestly,
y'all looking like twins up in here, though. Y'all have twins mentality. Both of y'all don't want to sit down somewhere.
My children. My ex-husband, at the time, my husband, if I was dating a man or a woman at the time, I always was the one that, I had your back. I was their backbone.
So that's the excuse to keep on wanting.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm at the point where I want peace. And I feel like in order for me to have peace, just let me do me. I'm going to tell you, I'm very
Do you think there's a lot of women in America that feel like you at this age that in their 40s they should just be at peace and do what they want? I think there's a lot of women like that.
If your peace means you just going and I'm gonna kick it with him and we're gonna meet up, we're just gonna have fun. If that's her idea of her peace, then let her have her peace.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like this. Now, if you sleeping with Joe, but you got eyes for Bob, then at least be honest and be like, look, you ain't the only nigga. Just be real. Be upfront.
Right.
But don't have Bob thinking he's the only motherfucker.
But most men and women don't do that. That's the problem with people.
That's the thing. I'm in my 40s. What I gotta lie to you for?
Yeah. You know what people need to start doing? I'm gonna tell you what people need to start doing. Be like the Caucasian and be a swinger. Y'all are ready for the swinger lifestyle. I'm just being honest. He don't even say you're a swinger. You don't even know. Get your membership.
I used to be a swinger.
You're a swinger now. You just don't belong to a club.
I used to be a swinger.
You need to get you.
I used to be a swinger.
When did you stop?
I stopped, sir. Actually, I'm gonna say it's been about a good maybe 2.5, 3 months, sir.
2-3 months ago. Okay, I'm saying they just stopped that. I'm finna say it been longer than that. I'm finna say that nigga lying.
No, about 2.5 months. About 2.5
months. Okay, that's the truth for that. But guess what? He's still lying. He toned it down. Is what he's saying.
No, sir.
He ain't stopped. He toned it down. He just when you on the radio, we have a volume 1 through 10. His volume was on 10.
I did my evaluation. I evaluated the situation, sir. And so I was like, okay. At the end of the day, it was like, okay, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I take it one day at a time. You
realize that. But sometimes thinking your thing and the wrong thing can
see,
be
what's been working for me. They said how they said back in the day. Understand the best thing in the world.
Day. Tell me. That was your day.
Well, okay. Back in the day, they said, well, you get to understand, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Understand the best thing in the world, right?
So you got to understand.
So I get to understand it from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is your understanding from the beginning? Because
I tell them, like, for example, hey, I want to take things slow, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know when you just told me the other day. You said I'm messing with this lady
one day at a time.
You know she a good lady and stuff like that.
Yes,
you
sir.
said, but I told her we just gonna slow it down. So follow me what I'm trying to break down.
I ain't told her yet.
Hold on. Oh, that's even better point. He said he ain't told her yet, but this the point of it. Nah, he ain't scared.
I ain't never scared.
This
I
the point.
ain't never scared.
Look.
When a man starts hollering, but we gotta slow it down, he's scared.
Nah, he might be scared.
No, I disagree on you on that.
Nah, it ain't. This the point. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that be what it is, but his case is that's his game plan in the beginning to come off, as a sweet gentleman, woo you off your feet. It ain't really is, but he don't want to stay with you.
Damn, I think I have met my twin.
Yeah. He don't want to stay with you. He's a good man, but I don't want to stay with you long term. So he, you thinking that you met a good man, but not the man is gonna be with you a long time. It's an experience. You know what I'm saying? It's an experience that you finna go through. And it's a time frame on this experience, though.
But see, that's where people get hurt.
Yeah. You absolutely right, and that's where
so look at this.
I gotta sit her down and talk to her to get understanding.
You really do.
You know what I'm saying?
Because nowadays these women are snapping the fuck out.
So
But the old women, they ain't doing it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. The only little blessing about when you get old, you don't really have to
be hurt, but
deal with. Older women don't really too much go crazy like the young girl. Young girls flattening 4 tires, busting out all the windows, getting you fired on your job, all type of stuff.
Oh yeah,
that ain't ever happened to me because I don't play that, but I watched a lot of niggas. Yeah, that's something that I never
heard
go
about
for.
a lot of.
I when I first get rich, look at me now. I'm not like that nigga you been with. Don't ever play with me like that. You want to get away from me, you're free. Don't touch nothing of mine. It's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, done it when I was younger. I busted the windows, flattened tires.
Oh my goodness.
Cut up clothes. I remember them telling my dude, your girl out barbecue. It's 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
You ought to be dangerous.
My thing was don't play with my emotions.
Now look, I'm gonna show you what he did. I'm gonna cut y'all. You don't think I remember? I was about 6 years old one time.
Don't tell me when to go all the way back on this here.
Hold on, not 6, about 10. About 10.
Oh my goodness, man.
He had this old school green car, right? Long john, nice, olive green. You know what I'm saying? He don't think I remember. I had a good memory. That's why I want to bust him out.
Oh man.
I remember we stayed back there. He had like a little the guest house my grandma had, and he stayed in the guest house, a little small. So she didn't come in on time. So it's late. I'm asleep, and I remember waking up and hearing something. The door open. He hooping and hollering. Where you been all night? So she get mad and turn around and walk out the house and leave. So when you're a child, you running behind your parents. So I'm running outside, see what's going on. Man, she trying to pull out the man all on top of the hood.
Damn.
All on top of the hood. I said, what he doing? Look, I'm looking. Look, I'm a little kid. I never forget. I said, my dad on top of the hood, but let her go. What he doing? His heart was broke. That's when I think he stopped being faithful. That was the day that he stopped being faithful. Then he was faithful back then.
And I believe that. I think what a man
that woman turned you cold, and man, you jumping on the hood of that car that you said, I'm playing everybody from now on. I'm not keeping it real no more.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now he's getting his heart attached to this lady that he's dealing with, and he thinks the same thing gonna happen. He's scared, like I said. And he's like, okay, we gotta slow it down so I don't get hurt. He don't get hurt either. Nah,
I'm telling you, that lady broke him years ago. I had forgot about that. I was wondering what made him not be faithful so long. But I thought back to that day. I said, yeah, his heart got took that day.
Yeah, I remember that.
He no longer had a heart after that day. If you'd have seen him on that hood of that car, this was like a move. I should have been on the internet back then as a kid to film it. Man, this was amazing. I'm talking about, look, she tell him to get out because she didn't want to hurt him. He finally got out and she pulled out. But yeah, sometimes some of these men that you're going to meet, there's, big hard time players and all that, they got their heart took before. Right. That's the part they leave out. Right. I'm going to tell you what made me, I never was considered to turn hard, but I had a girlfriend, and I never forget. She had her brother had been in jail. He was locked up. So when we got together, she just always telling me about all the dumb wild shit he doing, and my brother tough and he rob niggas and all this. I'm like, well, look, whenever I meet him, you make sure the nigga know not to rob me. That's what you do, cause you telling me, bro, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what typically happens in the hood. If a girl got a brother or some shit like that, and he do all that type of shit, he try to target her niggas. Especially if she ain't the type of girl that's really down with the nigga she with. She even help her brother. So I never had that problem, nothing like that. But I remember her telling me. So she told me about his friend that liked her, and I'm like, how old is his friend? Cause when she tell me about this time, I think I'm 15. I'm 15 and she was 12 going on 13 when I got with her. The first youngest girl at that age that I was fucking with, because everybody I was with at that time was like 15. And she was tall, so I thought she was 15. And she was like, I'm 12 going on 13. Well, I'm like, I'm 15. Okay, I'm going to get with her because I really like her. Come to find out, her brother's best friend that was grown ended up having sex with her. And she told me about it. So it ain't really turned me cold. It let me know what a woman was capable of. You know, basically she was capable of doing what a man is capable of.
13 one.
Yeah, and he was 18. And it was a child molester. But that just goes to show you how messed up niggas is. Now, nigga, this your sister, and you let your grown friend just because he not your friend. He was a child molester. Yeah. And he ain't your friend. But this never was brought up. I just look back on and think about that.
I mean, and not to, I'm not taking up for him or nothing like that. But he probably was thinking she's already fucking. Because, you know.
It sounds like you taking her for a pedophile.
I'm not.
Even if she was already fucking me. She was fucking me. Somebody underage like her. I was hitting that thing.
I'm not taking up for anybody by any means. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But what I'm saying is the brother, you were saying that's not your friend because the brother pretty much sat and let his friend do this to his sister.
And he's not a brother.
But my thing is, well,
to not address it.
Maybe he was thinking, well, she already fucking. What's the difference?
Yeah, that's a foul nigga though. If I'm a man and I got
You know what I'm saying? He's probably thinking, hell, she's 13. She's already, because like you said, she was fucking you already.
Yeah.
So he probably thinking she's out here fucking anyway.
But now we was at that time she was spending the night at my house and everything. We was a real couple. It wasn't like he knew his sister was at that age going around.
She was just sitting here saying that he was the type of nigga that was out here hustling and stealing and robbing.
Yeah, but a lot of niggas hustle, stole, and robbing had some type of moral. Just because niggas got down the street don't. Yeah, and he was one of them niggas. Because a lot of people, you know, I like to point that out because a lot of people that ain't never been in the streets think that everybody that have been in the streets ain't good people. That's not true. You got a lot of people that been in the street as good people, and then you got the other people that ain't shit. It's two types. So everybody that do something that you won't do don't mean that they ain't good.
You didn't harm the elderly or children.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. You did not do anything to cause harm to children or the elderly.
Now that's the number one move that niggas doing. They done flipped it. Mm-hmm. Robbing old folks and the pedophiles are molesting kids.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, I had heard something.
That's who doing it. All them old youngsters.
Also, Arkansas a couple of years ago, and dude owed a drug dealer some money and didn't pay him, and the drug dealer went and kidnapped his kid. And pretty much had him staying at somebody else's house, and they kept moving his child around.
Do you know how much this dude owed this drug dealer that did all this shit?
It wasn't even that much. It was like maybe $1,000, $2,000.
Now see, this nigga done watched the movie. He done watched the movie and think he can do that in real life. How much? What jail that nigga locked up in there? Because I know he got plenty of time.
I don't think he ever went to jail.
Wow.
Because the guy was too scared to call the police because the man kidnapped his child.
He got lucky. He got lucky.
All the shit to come out about the drugs and on the money, and finally he was just like, look, I'll give you what I got, and I'll do this and I'll do that. You know, just don't hurt my child. My girl's looking for a kid. Da da da. But my thing is, still, if you owe somebody $1,000 and they kidnap your child,
you ain't shit.
That's crazy.
For any amount of money in the world that somebody owed me, I would never endanger innocent child. You know, people. I ain't no more morals no more anyway. I ain't no more morals out here with these motherfuckers. No. They do any and everything and make an excuse up to old kid is what they do. Right. Anything they do foul, they got a reason to do it. Right. There's like a nigga told me one time. He just told me this the other day. I bought some weed from him. And he was talking about when he was young and stuff. And he said, "Man, I remember one time, a nigga tried to tell me every 10 pounds I said he was gonna give me $500. We robbed him. He made me rob him." I said, hold on, nigga. Just say you wanted to rob him. Ain't no nigga ain't nobody make you rob nobody, man. If you ain't wanna, that's the excuse that I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, do. I got a lot of people that I know they came up with, you know, the young age that they had to always have an excuse in their mind to do what they do. I'm not knocking whatever you had to do your thing, but I'm just saying the facts of the fact. You just wanted to rob. You was looking for anything. Don't look for the excuse. Just pull your gun out and get to work. Is that what you finna do?
Look at, okay, he said if he sold, for every 10 pounds he sold.
He could have told that nigga, when somebody come to you with an offer that don't make sense, you seem to be like, oh, nah, man, I can't do it. Now, if you can work out a better number for what you want me to do, maybe I do it, but I can't do it for that simply. But he made the decision to be, nah, I want all your stuff. I want to come up, nigga. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that do that, that's what they been doing anyway. Right. This nigga that told me that story, he don't know I know. Nigga, you been robbing. You been robbed. I don't let niggas know something. I play slow to a lot of people for a reason, you know, trick a motherfucker. But I'm like, this nigga, I've been around every type of people that you probably can be in. From people owning businesses to niggas in the neighborhood with a lot of drugs. Right. I've been around both sides. So you can't fool me with all the foolery. Right. You know, you could try to make it sound good. That's why when I went to tell him, I said, you made your own excuse to rob the man. He didn't know what to say. No, because, you know, I'm like, we got on the subject because I was talking about how the OGs have changed from back then to now. Well, they really ain't changed. It's just what I could just only talk about now because I really don't, you know, I ain't been on earth that long, but a while. And what you see now is a lot of older dudes that couldn't get rich in the streets. They done got older. They see these young dudes that's finna try to do what they tried to do, and they sit back and send them on missions and wait on the reward.
But if you realize this, there's not really a lot of original OGs anymore. You got these, what I call wannabe OGs. They only survived because they really wasn't doing the shit that the real OGs was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they survived. And they still trying to follow the OGs rules, but they try to twist it up. And you following, I call them fakes. You call them they fake ass.
They fakes, huh?
I ain't no more such thing as being a OG no more. And I'm gonna tell you why. As far as being in the streets, the technology is on a whole nother level now. You can't do nothing to get away with it. When niggas was able to do all that back then, they didn't have everything. They got a camera on every corner now. They can track you from everywhere you get. If you do something to somebody, you can throw away their phone. You can take your profile down off social media thinking you doing everything gonna get tracked once so you can't do what you used can do and get away with it. So that's why them days are over with. That's why all the niggas are telling and drug selling. Because they get out there thinking and not paying attention to what's going on and be wild, and next thing you know, they locked up. Right. Now the real world setting in. Now you looking at that time, and now you talking. I'm in the show like that.